My name is Stephen Kamalo.
I know who you are. Why are you here?
There were three who went to rob the house. Two of them have lied and said that they were not there. But my son has told the truth, that he was there and that he fired the revolver that killed your son. He will die for his truth-telling, the lawyer thinks. Ununzama, could you intercede for him?
One does not seek to influence a court.
He never meant to kill, and he tells truth. Is there not a core of good in him that tells truth?
My son left his doors always open. He trusted his fellow men, and for this, your son killed him.
He never meant to kill, but the revolver was in his hand, and he heard someone coming, and he was frightened. I do not think he meant evil, Ununzama, and to die when he is loved.
I know about death.
If I could take him back to his home in Ununzama, away from Johannesburg. He was born in Ndushini. He was raised in Ndushini, among the hills. From our house, we could look up the Clove and see your great house. You were kind then to the people who worked the little farms. Be kind again. A terrible thing has befallen my people. They are lost. Not many have found their way to the Christ, and those who have not are lost. My son was lost. This would not have happened were there not the gold mines and the great city that your people have built, and the little hope that we have.
Umfundis, there are two races in South Africa. One is capable of mastery and self-control, the other is not. One is born to govern, the other to be governed. One is capable of culture and the arts of civilization, the other is not. The difference between us is greater than that I live on a hill and you live in the valley. If my son had killed your son, I would not have come to you for mercy, nor to the judge. Whether it was my son or yours, I would have said, let him answer the law.
Absalom Kamalo, will you come forward? Absalom Kamalo, you are accused of being one of three masked men who entered the kitchen of Arthur Jarvis on October 8 between 11 and 12 in the evening. Were you there at that time?
Sir.
I can't speak up.
Yes, sir.
What was your purpose in going there?
To steal something from the house.
When did you go to the house?
It was after 11 o'clock.
And then what happened?
A white man came to the doorway, and I was frightened and fired the revolver.
And then?
Then the white man fell.
And then?
I wandered around. I wanted to find some place to hide.
Why did you carry the revolver?
It was to frighten the servant of the house.
And after you shot the man, where did you go?
I went to a plantation and buried the revolver.
And what did you do after?
Prayed.
What did you pray for?
Pray for forgiveness.
What?
I prayed for forgiveness.
How did the police find you?
Johannes Porphyry brought them to where I was. And I told them that it was I, not Johannes, who had killed the man. And I showed them where to find the revolver.
And what you say is true. There is no lie in it.
There is no lie in it. For I told myself that I shall not lie for all the days of my life, nor shall I do anything that is evil.
In fact, you repented.
Yes, I repent.
Because you were in trouble.
Yes, because I was in trouble.
And did you have any other reason for repenting?
No, I had no other reason.
I have no further questions. Absalom Kamado, have you anything to say before the court before I pronounce sentence?
I have only this to say. That I killed this man. But I did not mean to kill him. Only I was afraid.
Absalom Kamado? Absalom Kamado! I sentence you to return to custody and to be hanged by the neck until you are dead. And may God have mercy on your soul.
I have lost so much, and it hurts so much. I don't know why I go on living.
I will say first the hardest thing I have to say. I am resigning my pastorate at Indishini. I will be your Umfandis no more. It had been my hope to end my years here, but I can't. My son, Absalom, will die tomorrow morning on the scaffold for a murder to which he has confessed and of which he is guilty. You all know this. The man he killed is known to you too. He is Arthur Jarvis. He was born in the hills above our little town. There was a brightness upon him, even as a child. As a man, he was a friend to our race. He was a friend to all people. And he was a man that all men could be proud of. And my son killed him. My people, if I stay here now, I become a hindrance to you and not a help. I must go. I had a sure faith that though there was good and evil, I knew which was good, and God knew which was good, and that men are better in their hearts when they choose good and not evil. But something has shaken that in me. I am not sure of my faith. I am lost. I am not sure now. I am not sure that we are not all lost. And a leader should not be lost. He should know the way. So I will resign my place.
Oh, Stephen, you cannot. You always say.
My place. And this black thing has happened to my son and is said little by little, the few people who still worship here will shrink away. The rusty roof will leak more and the floor will break till there is none, and the windows will go. They will be thrown at and broken, and they will go. And the unpainted walls of this chapel that I love will stand empty and roofless. And I will live in despair beside it, knowing that I have done this thing to you and to my church by remaining. $4:00. Soon it will be 4. It would kill me instead. Absalom would make a good man, but it will never be. He's waiting now. So sleep sound, oh mother, sleep sound. Soon, Absalom will sleep. Yes.
I hope you will forgive me for coming at this hour, Umfundis.
Why are you here?
May I come in?
You wish to come into my house?
Yes.
Come in.
You know, the last time I saw my son was at the train station where he spoke with you. I told him he could not, in our world, be your friend. Arthur refused to consider that. Yesterday, on the way home, I was tired and sat outside your church. There, I watched my grandson and your nephew play together. Edward likes Alex. But again, I said they couldn't be friends in our world. And then I began listening to what you were saying to your people and what they said to you. I want you to know that I will help you with the roof and with the painting and whatever my son would have done.
I thank you, sir. And the church will thank you. Mr. Jarvis, it is hard for me to think of the church or of in a quarter of an hour. My son is to die.
But there will be a tomorrow, Stephen. Edward will come tomorrow to see Alex. He wants to come and play.
I shall not be here. I shall never see this place again, nor the path where Absalom ran to meet me, or the hills where he played and came late for supper, or the room where he slept. Never, never again.
You must stay in Indacheni.
If I stayed, do you know what I would preach here? That good can come from evil, and evil from good. That no man surely knows what is good and what is evil. That if there is a God, he must be hidden and has not spoken to man. That we are all lost here. The rich, the poor, the black, the white, the fool, the wise, lost and hopeless and condemned on this rock that goes around the sun without meaning.
Not hopeless, Stephen, and not without meaning. For even out of the horror of this crime, some things have come that are gain and not loss. My son's words to me and my understanding of my son, and your words in the chapel and my understanding of those words, and your son's face in the courtroom when he said he would not lie anymore or do any evil. I shall never forget that.
So you think well of my son?
I tried not to. But you and I have never had to face what Absalom faced there. A man can hardly do better than he did when he stood before the judge. Stay in Indacheni, Stephen. Stay with those who cried out to you in the chapel. You have something to give them that nobody else can give them. And you can be proud of Absalom.
And he's forgiven, and I'm forgiven.
Let us forgive each other.
Zana. Zana.
Let us be neighbors. Let us be friends.
Zana. Before the clock strikes, I shall stay in Indochini. And you are welcome in this house. I have a friend.
I have a friend.
Each lives alone in a world of dark, crossing the skies in a lonely arc. Save when love leaps out like a leaping spark over thousands of miles.